Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We are here on day number 74. Made covered a lot of ground. I was going to say made a lot of progress. We haven't made a lot of progress, but we covered a lot of ground in 74 days. Done a lot of things, seen a lot of things. I was thinking about the progress I've actually made. It's been pretty slow. Pretty slow going here thus far. Hopefully, I pick up the pace. Of course, it's almost a little too late now. We're already 74 days in. Usually, I feel like I'm a little further progressed by now, but it is what it is. Not a big deal. I certainly want to get up there and get to working on that base above us and get that all finished up at some point here in the very near future. Still don't have a very clear idea as to what I want to do with it yet. I honestly haven't put a whole lot of thought into it. Just a bit of thought as to what I could do up there. Someone told me to hold on to the painkillers. They're good for leveling your bartering skill up. That the machetes are very expensive if I ever come across one. I'm a little hesitant to believe that I will ever come across one, but who knows? It is always possible, I guess. Bodies all over the place. Probably need to take some of these bodies out at some point so they don't fall on those bodies. Let's go ahead and sort away this stuff real quick, and I think I'm still a bit short on resources to do what we want to do up top. I can start on it. Kind of get an idea of maybe the resources we're going to need. I put my building supplies in here. At least for now, we have some wood. Let's get ourselves some cement. My phone just lit up like it was getting a message. So let me shoot up top here. What's one thing I need to do? I need to go ahead and make some more ladders. I think we'll just do 6 for now. We're going to need more eventually. Anyway, we're going to need some more frames for sure. Usually like keeping a couple hundred of those. Let's go ahead and make 100 frames. Oh, one short. I thought I was looking at, we'll just wait 15 seconds. We can wait for station identification. You're here with the Grand Spartan. Spartan Solutions. All right, here we go. All right. Yeah, scream it up, lady. Scream it up. Ooh, boy, I was right on the edge there. So, this looks like a pretty nice platform here we have. Not sure if I should use the rebar frames and just go straight reinforced concrete. Can you do 3? Yeah, you can do 3 out. Okay. I was starting going the... Oh, yeah, you can't do that, though. Starting to fall on the edge there. Let's see if we can do it this way, though. If we can changed up the mechanics on these things over time. Used to be able to put a good many of those things spanning across a wide distance. I think it was Alpha 13 I noticed that you can no longer do that. Before I nailed the interior portion down, I need to kind of think about this. I think this outer portion is the way I want it to be. Yeah, innermost portion. Oh. So we're going to do something here. And if it doesn't fix it, then I really don't know what I'm going to do. But you see how that is not sticking. I believe it's because there's an opening underneath us. Perhaps that tunnel. So I'm going to try something here real quick. Let's go into the console, debug menu. Let's go here. Let's click on recalc stability. Okay, this I guess it'll take a moment. I Googled this one time when I had this similar issue, and I tried this, and it worked. Did it do it? I don't know if it did it or not. Ah, look at that, ladies and gentlemen. Look at that. So if you ever have that issue, and I've had people, let me turn this debug menu thing off. If you've ever had that issue where you go to place a block and it immediately falls, that is your solution most of the time. So I was building a tree farm back on Alpha 14, and I had that. You know, I put a lot of work into the tree farm. I had built it up. It was huge. It was huge. There's a video of it. And got to this one pillar about halfway through the build, and I could not place the block. And so I tried everything. You know, I destroyed the block. I did all of these things. Could not fix it. So I got on Google. I started searching. And, everything I was reading I'd already tried. Then I came across this one post where it was only like one comment on it. But this guy said, go into your debug menu and click on recalc stability. And that worked for me. And I tried it, and boom, instantly worked. So hopefully you learned something there today. I know I certainly was overjoyed when I found that out, because of all of the hard work that I had put into that underground tree farm. Was really, I thought it was just going to be a scrap project. And I had to dig out, maybe a 50 by whatever it was area, 50 by 50 or something. And so it was a lot of work I put into it, maybe 8 deep. And then I'd also built the walls up and everything. So when I found that, you can't understand how excited I was to realize that worked. Used it one other time since then, and it's just an issue with the game. It's just a bug. I'm sure they'll work it out, and that's why they give us the option to have that recalc stability button. Some things like that. They give us some tools, being that we are still in alpha. So we will eventually go up to steel here. What do we have? 3 days until the horde. So, that we're still not out of troubled waters there, because I still have to build across here and then build up. And in my experience, the building up part is where you run into issues where the higher you build, the more likely it is to glitch out on you, because it's not a glitch, it's just part of the mechanics, to where I have tunneled underneath the area that I'm trying to build up on. So who knows what's going to happen when we begin to build up. Hopefully Hopefully nothing. I don't plan on making this a skyscraper or anything like that, so hopefully we're able just to build up on here and not have any issues. Of course, I am just at surface level. We are at minus 28, I believe, right here. So it's not like we're super high in the sky or anything like that. So we should be all right, especially that I'm doing steel. This tends to hold a little more weight. Let's walk out on this and make sure it doesn't fall through on us or anything. So I guess you see what I'm doing here. The garden below needs light, and certainly wanted to have a garden underground or otherwise. And this seems to be right now at least our best solution for a garden that we can get into and out of each day without having to worry about zombies affecting us. Kind of utilize a little wasted space too, because I don't know what else I would have done there. I'm sure I would have figured out something to do with that space, but it just seemed appropriate for a garden. So it's like I was saying before, when I did the underground tree farm, when it worked, and it still works, you just have to do it a lot deeper so the trees don't punch through the bars. But when I was doing that, I noticed that I could use wood for the exterior walls, but you couldn't attach a ton of bars to the wood and have the spaces in between the pillars. They would fall in after I started attaching them. So I put a reinforced concrete block on the top of the wall where you see the steel there now, and boom, solution. Everything worked fine. I could attach the bars. Now they have changed the reinforced concrete. I believe they changed the amount of weight that it can hold. I'll have to look into that to give you a definitive answer. But anyway, so it doesn't matter what the wall is built out of, as long as the block that you are attaching to is steel or concrete or reinforced concrete, you'll be able to hold a reasonable amount of weight, and it will not all fall apart on you. So that was my solution for that, and so I was able to save resources because the underground portion, zombies never touched that. Just like our free fall pit bunker. Inside the pillars is wood, where all my crafting supplies and all are, because they're never going to get in there. Hopefully, if you've done a good job and building and preparing, they're not going to get in there. So it can be wood. So the same applies for your garden, underground garden, if you're going to do it. And there is a video, and while I'm talking about it, maybe if I can remember when I do upload this video, I'll attach a video of that garden. But all you have to do in the search there when you're on my channel is search for underground or garden or something like that. You should bring it up. It's an older video. It's Alpha 14, and of course they have patched it now so that the underground garden, it works. The tree farm does not work. I hope I'm not running into, since Alpha 15.1 came out, that they've made it so that light does not pass through bars properly or something, and our garden doesn't grow. That would really stink, but we're trying it anyway. Worst case scenario, it doesn't, and we just have a little space here with some bars down beneath. We'll figure out something to do with that space. Looked like we worked out perfectly with the bars. I had thought for a moment there maybe we were short on bars, but that's great because I didn't want to have to make any more bars. Eventually, don't know how long we'll continue this playthrough, but eventually we will make everything concrete all the way down to bedrock, both sides. Still have an idea I want to try to incorporate on the corners and get those corners fixed up down there, the outer corner. I thought about going over to the desert mine today while we're waiting on this concrete to dry because I don't want to start attaching a whole lot of weight to that until it's dried and upgraded to steel. We'll leave that in place there. But it's starting to come along up here. We'll get some form of a structure built. It's really just going to be for looks, though, because all of the magic happens down inside the actual pit. There's a feral inside the pit. Sounds like a bear as well. Oh, look at that. Oh, SMG. OMG and SMG. And a pistol. They couldn't forget about the pistol. Like, oh yeah, but we forgot to give you the pistol. So we're going to scrap a Rooney. We're going to scrap you too and scrap you as well. Might as well scrap that too. I'm not going to use that. So I need to take my axe here. Clear out some of these bodies. Excited that we found that little coal mine. That was a good find over there. Hopefully we can get back over there at some point soon and work on some gunpowder. What I had talked about, the slow start earlier, is I kind of got away from what I normally do to make the series a little more interesting. Instead of watching me mine from day one, yeah, I tried to do some things differently than I normally do, just to make it all more interesting for you as viewers. But I realize now by doing that, I kind of got behind by about 20 days or so, maybe more than that, honestly. I could have had a lot more resources saved up by now had I just done what I would normally do. So maybe on Alpha 16, when we get to playing, I'll start off just hardcore doing, mining and doing the things that I would normally do, boring or not. And what I've learned so far on this playthrough, being that this is the first long Let's Play series I've ever done, is that most of you don't mind it. I get a comment here or there, hey, why don't you edit out all the boring parts and that sort of thing. But for the most part, you all are here regardless. And I very much appreciate that. But I've learned that I don't have to worry. I don't have to concern myself with it. So I'm just going to do what I do, sort of moving forward with perhaps another playthrough. If we do another playthrough for Alpha 16, I hope that time will permit, and I'll be able to cover that. Pretty excited about all the new additions, and maybe we can, if I can get started early enough on it, we can all go through and look at the new traps and the new features together. Kind of learn as we move along. So I stick that in there. Boy, we hardly used any concrete mix. Something I could make now would be fertilizer. I could just get it going because we still have 3 cement mixers. What all do I need? I need dirt fragments. Boy, we used all of our dirt fragments, didn't we, to make that, which it'll be easy to get that. But at some point, I want to do that. I want to make some more, get some more fertilizer going. Okay, so it's 9 in the morning. Let's top off with food real quick and water. If you all would bear with me, I need to go do a bit of mining. Let me assess. Okay, so we used all that up. That's going to be for our brass. That's going to be for our lead. So we're almost out. We're almost out of raw iron. And I'm almost out here of steel. So if you all would just bear with me this episode. I don't plan on being there all episode, perhaps most episode, but I want to go to the desert and go to our little honey hole over there. You know, I could take this gas with me, take some extra gas this time, throw it in the mini bike if needed, but that way we have plenty to hang out over there for a little while. It couldn't hurt. Take a stack of water with me as well. Perhaps some cornbread and throw that in the mini bike. Excited about this base. Let me think about it this episode or after this episode while all that concrete dries about what I'm going to do up there. Exactly how I'm going to take that on. What the finished product is going to look like. What I want it to look like. And maybe next episode, certainly all of that will be dry. Maybe then we can start doing some building on it. Of course, like I said, most of our work is done with the bunker already. The functional part of it, at least, I think that's just going to be for show up top. There's really nothing much more than just show. Hopefully, some of you experimenting with the free fall bunkers have not seen that before. I know I certainly haven't, with the free fall bunker having it underground like that. The entrance going through a tunnel. You could do a long tunnel. And originally I thought about the long tunnel. You know what? Let's shoot by the vendor real quick. Just check on that machete one more time. Make sure I have my Duke coins on me. But doing a long tunnel so that it's not so close by to where you come out, but either way, a way to get your mini bike in and out so you're not having to put the frames down each time you want to go in and out of your base, because I know certainly that's what I have done since creating those free fall bunkers. I just place the frames down, the 2 or 3 frames, and walk across. But downfall of that is if you're trying to get back into your base quickly, you're being chased by a dog or whatever the case may be. It's not a quick thing. You have to sit there and place those blocks and then get across and take them up, because if you don't, of course, the zombie's just going to follow you across into your base. So I do need to get some clay. And, I came over to this vendor and I started thinking about it. We have a desert biome right there next to that vendor. I say we go over there and kind of assess that real quick, see what it's all about, if it's large enough for us to perhaps make a mine there instead of over at the old area, because this is pretty close by. This is this is right by our hub city base, and it would certainly save us having to go all the way back across the other way. Should have brought a shovel with me. Kind of get started with the shovel instead of the auger immediately attracting attention to us. But hopefully old Trader Joe Bob here is sitting on a machete, priced well, priced to sell. If not, I may take this club.
Howdy, survivor. Make yourself at home.
No, he does not. Boy, you stink, man. You really, really stink. There's a zombie out there beating on the base. So there's just nothing here. That reinforced steel upgrade, but I will talk you out of this. So I tried this on the server, and I bought all that he had, right? I go back and I upgrade the pillars in the base, And the very next horde, they just chew through that little bit of extra durability that you get. But I couldn't repair it because it didn't have any more of the, the special juice to put on there to make it the polish to make it into stainless. And man, so it's because it's in limited supply. I know you could just keep coming back and keep coming back or whatever. But I don't really recommend that you use that stuff. I'm sure there's some of you out there that use it and use it well, but it's so expensive. It's limited supply, and if you're going to make your pillars like I did out of it, you better just collect it for a long time and hold on to it before you do, to make sure you have enough to repair everything the way you want it to be as the horde is attacking, because they really do chew through that stainless just like they do anything else. And I was running around frantically trying to repair, and it was making the little noise that, hey, you don't have any of this material. And I was thinking, oh man, that's a pretty big drawback, because I'm in limited. I'm to the mercy of the vendor as to when he's going to restock and how much he restocks at a time, which isn't much. So you better almost collect yourself hundreds or even up into the thousands to make sure you have plenty of it. Let's see here. Kind of want to unlock a little bit more of this desert, because we'd almost have to move. Guess we could move north if we dug a hole to stay in the desert biome, as it quickly shifts right up here to our east. What does it look like over here? It looks pretty good over here. A water tower there signifying where our... Looks like it goes for quite some time there across. As you well know, when you're mining, you can quickly venture a long ways off from where you start. I guess we could use this water tower as our landmark. Come on, machete. That's what I need to do. I need to be looking in those bags for machetes. There's a little bit of water on the ground right there. It's a bit scary. I watched someone break one of these things open on a video a while back, and it kind of broke the world. Okay, so nice flat piece of ground here. Let's clear out just a small area. Stupid cactus, really? Oh. I'm gonna beat you with a club. That's what I'm gonna do. Get out of here. Oh, come on. Once again, it's one of those early mornings for me here. I'm done with my coffee now, so I'm feeling a little better, more alert and awake. But nonetheless, it's still pretty early. So we're just going to get one started here. See what we can see going down. So we need to go that way. I need to go west. Really? already. Must be a crawler. Crawling on his belly. He's probably going to fall in on us here in just a moment. We shall deal. Oh, I've already messed it up. Tell you what, let's back it up. Oh, there he is. Okay. Wasn't going to go hunting for him, but really should have brought a shovel to get me started here. Now I should be able to do this. Give it a little support. Not that it needs it. What is my elevation before I go any further? Okay. So right now, where we're at, we're actually surface level on the hub city, if you believe that. After digging down to this level, this is where the surface is in the hub city. It's minus 28. Oh, I think, okay, I was going to say, I think I messed it up again. Get that perfect angle. Just kind of a reason, a method to what I'm doing here and why I'm going so slowly and carefully as I dig down. We're going to do what we did before. We're going to go down to bedrock. And then we'll come up 20. And we'll choose a direction. And we'll go in that direction and see if we can find ourselves a node or two. Almost look like some right there, but I think it's just the lighting. Well, it's dark down here. Mining helmet for the win. There is bedrock. Well, we breached that quickly. Alright, so let's go back up to about minus 37. And we will go, let's look at the map. We'll go this way. We need the sand anyway, so while we're looking for resources, it can't hurt. Collect a little bit of sand and some stone while we're at it. Make sure we didn't pass any resources along the way. Silly auger is so inaccurate. We're going to retrace our steps real quick. Make sure we didn't miss any. Look along the walls. The ceiling, that looks a little bit different. Maybe, maybe not. see where we're located. It's about halfway there. Okay, we're going to change directions here. We're going to go back this way for a little bit. Worst case scenario, if we sit out here and dig forever and never find anything, we could always just go back to the other desert. But it's here. It's here. It's just a matter of finding it. But it is absolutely here. I have to be careful that I don't pass it because it could change colors just like that did and I miss it. Of course, that's just sand there. It changes colors. Looks a little odd. Let's dig back down to bedrock over here. See where we're located. Let's dig ourselves an angle going down. Again. Sometimes this is a struggle, especially when you used to have to dig through stone in the desert. There is a video that I made, how to find oil shale, and back then you'll notice that you actually had to mine through stone after the first, I think 6 layers were made of sandstone, and then it was actual rock like stone that you had to chisel through. So at least it's not that anymore. I could honestly, I could hold down on this auger and just spin around in a circle and just clear out massive areas. Okay, so there's bedrock again. Since it's so easy to dig at bedrock, let's do that. Let's dig for a little ways here at bedrock, and then we'll retrace our steps. We'll go back. Make sure. Oh, what did we just find? We just found it right there. Okay, so. When all else fails, just hold down shift, run, and plow through for some resources at bedrock. It's always there, you know, it's just a matter of finding it. So what we're doing right now is I want to get above it. I don't want to be below it. We may not have actually gone high enough. I may need to go a little bit higher. We'll come down onto the top of it. Oh, there it is right there. Okay. All right, and we're just going to open this area up. Yeah, so I need to even go higher yet and come down onto it. So hopefully we come across a little bit of nitrate over here as well. That would be cool. We could, use this as our source of nitrate as well as iron and oil shale. Boy, once you find it, you know, it takes you a little while to find it, but once you find it, it's everywhere. The iron and the oil shales just attached to each other. So I can hear some zombies up there that aren't very happy with the work we're doing down here, messing up their desert. Nope. Little hop glitch. Really didn't need a lot more oil shale. You know, pretty good supply of that. I guess it's always good to have excess for fuel. As much as I like to use the auger, I like to always keep a bunch on hand, but just need to get as much iron as we can get. Might even make a chest and stick our oil shale in the chest. Maybe our stone or something. Of course, we need stone too. We can go someplace else that's just all stone for that. Make a chest down here to store up the things that we don't want to take back with us right now. Certainly I want to get as much iron as I can get to take back with me. I want to get too turned around in here. I guess we haven't dug out much, but I don't want to get too turned around and get lost. This is a new location, and I'm not familiar with everywhere I have dug. Should be pretty clear as to how to get out of here. Make a little breadcrumb system. Find our way back out. I could hear a lot of things collapsing there for a moment. I thought this place was caving in on me. Right. So we've done almost 4,000 iron so far. That's usually around the goal that I set to come out, at least for the episode here. For my normal playtime, I'll just dump off the oil shale and sand and stuff, and I will sit over here until my inventory is full of, you know, the resource that I'm after, such as steel or iron. Ooh. Ah, oh, we lose that all together too when it caves in like that. Might Need to repair our blade here with some steel and a repair kit before long and get that thing back in tip top. Found a little bit of lead somewhere along the way. I guess we need that too. So I think this is our second repair. We certainly open this place up a bit here. Take some of these little things off here. It's almost 2200. Probably just head back sometime during the night, I imagine. Well, if the zombies could dig downward, they'd certainly be on top of us in the desert in just a few moments, because they can destroy this sandstone in just one or two hits. There's the sound of the horn. A little disappointed here that we didn't hit some nitrate like we did in the other biome. What I'll do though is we'll find the appropriate biome for the nitrate powder for an episode coming up when we do actually get that base up and going. And we'll look at farming some of that up. So what are we sitting on here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, almost 6,000 iron. That's kind of a good start, I guess. I'll go ahead and finish out our last 1,000 here to make it an even 6. Picked up enough oil shale to probably make another 20, 30,000 gas. There's one of our ways out right there. I like that one. It's just everywhere you turn is another node of iron. We'll matter what direction. Make sure our inventory is full. So let me just pick a couple more iron nodes here. We'll guess we could call it an episode and ride back on the next episode to the base. Or I could just try to make it on this episode and get back at nighttime. Of course, we have a good little while before it's actually daytime. The zombies stop running. I could just spend the rest of the night here mining for iron and make a chest to stick our stone and sand in, much like we did over the other base. 754. Okay, so we are, well, there's another stack that we have to fill up there. 305 skill points to spend there. Alright. That looks nice. So if any of you, and I've gotten this comment a bunch of times, I'm having trouble finding oil shale. I can't find it anywhere. If any of you are having trouble, you'll see that twice now. I have easily found it. You just have to dig around a little bit in the desert, but you could take a shovel. You don't even need a pickaxe or an auger to find it. And it is very plentiful. It is everywhere in the desert now, so... no excuses, ladies and gentlemen. Can't even pick up any more oil shale because my inventory is full. So we'll end it right there. Let's take a walk back up to the surface here. Did we keep going this way? I think we did. We turned. Put that as a marker. Sounds like I'm walking in bedroom slippers here. Okay, so that still goes this way. Right here's where we made the turn to go up. Just gonna put a little breadcrumb to show me where I went. So we're real close to the time that we need to end the episode anyway. We'll do this tomorrow. On tomorrow's episode, we'll make our way back to the other base. And maybe by the time we arrive, it'll be getting close to 4 a.m. and the screamers or whatever, if they spawn a bunch of cops and all, they won't all be running at us. But thank you so much for watching, ladies and gentlemen. And I will see you next episode.